Hello, it's Claire, and I'm here. I've unceremoniously pushed Pudge off of his reporting, just chucked him out. We've just evicted Pudge and taken over. And we've taken over. He's crying. We've taken over because this is a new thing we're going to do weekly, and this is Learn Your Way Radio. And we're going to call it Let's Talk About. We've just decided that. And with me today, I've got Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, folks.
And I've got Pete.
Hi, everybody. Pleased to be here.
So Joe is a student, and I'm going to interview Joe in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to ask Pete. Pete, what is your job title and what do you do?
My job title is ESA, which is Educational Support Assistant. My job is to support the class as a whole, and usually I'm allocated to a particular learner for a month or so to really get to know that learner properly. And by the staff, if you like, moving between learners, we all get a great deal of knowledge of one another.
So what is Learn Your Way?
Learn Your Way is a specialist provision for young adults, basically 16 to 24 years of age, who for whatever reason the mainstream education system has holes that they fall through. This could be because, well, any number of reasons really. There's no one reason why these students come to us, but we provide a service that everybody, well, they certainly appreciate. Well, I have to say we're quite good at what we do.
Yes, you are.
We've been doing it for a while. We've had really good feedback from both parents and outside assessors on what we do, and we have a very, very happy bunch of students who hope to push on to get some employment in the end. That's the whole idea.
A lot of our students have a special education need or something like that. That means that mainstream college is a bit full on, isn't it? And we do a much sort of quieter, gentler sort of I don't. Anna is sat over in the other room desperately hiding. Anna is a tutor, and we have two other students who are going to come and talk to us, but we're going to start with Joe. I think we need to also mention we do Work Your Way, don't we?
We do Work Your Way.
Which is getting them
to actually pointing them even more towards employment, giving them opportunities for employment, teaching them employment techniques. Yes.
So that we're absolutely amazing, and we have a Facebook page, Learn Your Way. Have a look at it, and I think Work Your Way has a Facebook page as well. It's a really good page, and I suggest you look at it. It's great. So, Joe. Joe, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Awesome.
So, I believe that you're a bit of a creative writer.
Yes, I am. I'm very much a writer of the fantasy genre. I actually am working on my latest work into my own fictional fantasy world and story, which is this planet called Galatia.
Right, we'll talk about that in a minute. Don't go off too quick because we need to talk about that. So, why did you get into creative? Why did you get into fantasy books? What is it about them that you like?
I think fantasy is such a fascinating genre. You have everything from gods, demons, monsters. You have such complicated, fascinating characters and just magic systems that just feel so real and fluid and emotional.
Do you like the kind of graphic art that goes with it?
Yes.
And all the drawings and all that?
Yes, very much. Because the moment you pick up that book cover and you pull open the page and you screen through it, it's just opening
Another
up
world.
Another world. Yeah.
Yes. And did you like Greek mythology?
Yes, I love Greek mythology. I've found it fascinating. The stories of Zeus, the demigod children, all of them are just...
It's hard work, isn't it? Lots of characters.
Yes,
it's hard to keep it gets confusing because I don't know who's who.
Keeping track of things like that can be a very essential problem. That's why there are places like Campfire, which is like a site that helps you manage all that, or you have like a notes where you can write all this down.
So you properly engage. There's sites you can go on where you can get stuck in.
I recommend Campfire to any writers because Campfire is a place where you can practically map out everything: the characters, fictional history, everything. It is such a reliable place. I haven't used it yet, but I've heard so many other writers recommend it. It's very...
And I said to you before we went on air that you've got that slightly American accent that my son has got, where you watch too much American fantasy shows.
Man, I grew up watching a lot of anime and stuff growing up as a kid. I was very much in the early 2000s. I was very much into Harry Potter. but a lot of American-based shows, particularly Star Wars, has always been my favourite.
Pokemon when you were little?
Yes,
course you
Lucario
did.
is my favourite.
Of course you did. Of course you like Pokemon.
I have to say that Joe's depth of knowledge really comes to the fore when, like we have done, we go into comic shops and
Yeah.
he's talking to the proprietor there on a totally equal
Yeah.
basis. He knows as much as that guy does,
Thank you.
if not more.
It was do you know, Joe, back in the day, if you were called a nerd or a geek, it was like rude, but now it's a really fashionable thing to be nerdy or geeky.
I
It's
feel
good.
I feel like it's a great title to have because
Yeah.
it kind of shows you that you're not just a person who knows history, you know fictional history, like all these mythological worlds.
And there's a shop in Truro just opened,
yes,
I think, isn't
and
there?
I go to her. The owner there is very nice. She's very sweet. She got me a lot of the new Wheel of Time, which is amazing, by the way, folks. Pick up that book series, Robert Jordan.
You're great at this already,
Amazing.
Joe.
Yeah,
And what about Warhammer? Did you like Warhammer when
yes,
you were a kid?
I am such a fan of Warhammer. Recently, just did a new book called Godblight. Pick it up, you Warhammer fans. It is amazing. And just if any Warhammer fans are watching this, the Emperor is coming. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
plug.
Joe, you are great at this. So, I've got a question to ask you. What is your latest work called? And what is it about?
The latest work I'm working on is a fictional hit series of books. It's going to start with short stories, and I'm going to progress into novellas eventually.
What's a novella? I don't know what that
novella
is.
is like a short novel. Like it's kind
Okay.
of like a main novel, but like
Okay.
shorter in places. Yeah. A lot of writers start off doing that. And the main series of my book is centered on a planet called Glacia, which is a world trapped in this seemingly perpetual winter. Thousands of
Sounds
years.
hideous.
Yeah, it's thousands of years after. It's not dystopian, folks, by the way. It's thousands of years after this war between gods and demons. And it follows three main characters who go on their own journeys, come together to find 6 gods who have gone into exile. And they go on a mission to find them and essentially bring them back together because there is a dark threat coming that will bring the world back to what it used to be, this damnation, darkness.
I
demons.
watched a programme on Netflix. It might have been
Yeah.
Netflix. And it was called The Snow something. It was about people on a train.
Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Yeah, that is an amazing series. I love the setting between
I got a bit
rich and poor.
confused.
The series basically is centered on this train
That's
called
it.
Snowpiercer, which is the last center of human civilization after the world tried to cure climate change using rockets they shot into space.
That's
But
it.
unfortunately, it caused the world to go into a new ice age. So it's so cold that you will die.
That's
in
it, if you go off the
seconds.
train,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And there's a war going on between these two factions. You have the rich upper class and you have the lower poverty.
That's it.
And it's an amazing series. The series is great, folks. If you have Netflix, watch it. It is Sean Bean is in it. And
He's great, isn't he? Joe, you're so good at this.
Sean Bean is great. He's great.
There's
yeah.
me thinking, will Joe freeze up? Will he be... But no,
Joe
Joe.
Love losing
never
an arm.
freezes
Love losing
up,
an arm.
no.
The punishment they do there is horrible.
It is. Can you tell me what your writers that have influenced you?
Oh, there's a lot of them, but there are 4 main ones I want to go
Yes.
into detail here. Brandon Sanderson. I recommend Brandon Sanderson.
So,
Sanderson.
tell me what he writes about. Bear in mind, I know nothing about any of this.
So Sanderson's very famous for originally working on the Wheel of Time, since the original author, Robert Jordan, sadly passed away in 2007. So he couldn't finish off the last of his books. So Sanderson was hired by his wife, who came in, and he wrote the last of the books for him. He's amazing. And he basically started doing his own series called The Cosmere, which is like this giant galaxy full of gods and all these different worlds. And he does this in series called Mistborn, Stormlight Archives, Warbreaker, Elantris. And what's really cool here, folks, is that every one of these series is all in the same universe. You can start off with any of them.
Okay, so you don't have to start at 1 and go to 4. You
and
can
the best,
go in the middle.
Yeah, you can start any of them, and you
Oh,
don't have to
wow.
know anything about what's going on in the wider universe. You can start anywhere.
That's amazing.
Amazing story. Yeah.
So, George R.R. Martin.
Yes.
I feel like I've heard of him,
Yes.
but I don't know what he does.
He's the very famous author for creating a series called The Song of Ice and Fire, which is set in a world called Westeros, or the known world, and it follows a collection of individuals who are in the midst of this violent war between houses, but also a dark threat is coming from the north that has rested and slumbered for thousands of years and now is coming back. And
I thought,
It is.
mistakenly thought he... In my head, I thought he might have been the man that did Game of Thrones.
the series may have failed, and I'm aware of that, folks, but Martin is still an amazing writer. I know there's a lot of people who aren't a fan of him, mostly because he hasn't got the rest of the books out yet, but take
You
your
love
time.
him.
Patience.
You
I
love
love
him.
him. I love
Yeah.
him. His world is just...
Tolkien, of course.
Yeah,
Everybody
Grandfather
loves
Fantasy,
Tolkien.
Gandalf, all the beautiful world of Lord of the Rings.
Do you like the films?
I love the films. I actually have a friend of mine I'm going to be getting into her I'm going to get into the film. She's never seen it. And
No.
Yeah, shocking.
So my sons, one of them works here, Barnaby. When they were young, I
Nice
have
name.
3 sons. They made me watch a 10-hour back-to-back Lord of the Rings fest.
Put you off for life, couldn't it?
The problem I have with these programmes,
Yes.
Joe, is they're too complicated. I lose track of all the different characters,
Yes.
and the stories are very complicated.
I can understand that, and that's why I recommend this to anyone who wants to start off with fantasy smallly. I recommend starting off with single or standalone stuff, or going into more series, because series are the best you can do, because you can start anywhere, then go on to that.
Yeah, I get that.
If you want to get into a series, I recommend starting with a series called The Mistborn.
Okay.
Just really
And
good.
I've got here Ursula K. Le Guin.
Yes,
Is that spelled? Is I said that
yeah,
right?
it's 100% accurate, yeah. Ursula K. Guin is the writer of a series called Earthsea. It's centered in this massive ocean environment with all these different archipelagos and islands. So kind of like the Philippines and Great Britain. And it's centered in a world with magic between necromancy and the light. You also have this wizard named Sparrowhawk, and it's like dragons. It's an amazing story. I know for a fact an anime company named Ghibli adapted it, but it isn't. It's okay, but it's not very accurate to the book.
There you go.
Depth
Still
of
there you
go.
knowledge
You know your
here.
stuff.
Still amazing to watch, though.
So I've got 2 more questions for you.
Mhm.
British colonialism and things like that, they really inspire you. Real
Yes.
world inspiration.
Yes,
What
'cause-
do you mean by that?
British colonialism was a period with the British Empire when we were expanding out, subjugating environments, taking forces by storm or by diplomacy, getting the riches. Like the Zulu War was basically a war with 12,000 British soldiers facing 20,000.
Yeah, and we decimated
Yeah,
them, didn't we?
No, we lost.
Oh, did we?
Because
Well, that shows what
yeah,
I know.
Place called Islandalwana.
I
We didn't
thought
do
that
very
was
well
one
there.
of us.
Yeah, because the Zulus outwitted us with numbers.
Because
They
we're not
were-
very nice to people, are we?
No,
back
but
in the
we
day?
have changed a lot since then. That's kind of what the world is right now. What kind of inspired me. This world is greedy. It's growing selfishly. There's wars with tribes and other nations, but that greed will vanish.
Okay, so here I'm going to go off questions now
Mhm.
because we're gonna get some of the others in a minute.
Of course.
What do you think about the G7 and all the stuff being in Cornwall? Is it exciting,
I
or
think
do you
that's
think it's a waste of money?
I think that's an exciting and a momentous event for our country because you have all these world leaders like Joe Biden. You have all these other amazing
Justin
people.
Trudeau.
Yeah, all these people coming together to discuss about climate change, events to change our country, make things better. Because climate change is the biggest event right now
It
next
is.
to COVID, and we need to do more to help our
You're
planet.
absolutely right,
If we
Joe.
do not, we are probably going to live in a Mad Max
I
environment.
agree. In one of your fantasy on a train with freezing cold, and
Well,
nobody
not
wants
far,
that.
but
Nobody
wants
wants
that. No.
Do you know what? I saw on the telly today that Joe Biden's plane landed in Coldrose,
Mhm.
and it's so big that it had a helicopter
I saw the
Yeah.
pictures
inside
of
it.
that.
Air Force
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
I saw a big RAF Chinook going over, and I
Yeah.
wondered if that was
There was a
carrying
picture
anyone.
on Facebook. I was telling all these guys. There was a picture on Facebook with one of those helicopters with the 2 rotors, and it was pulling. Somebody had done a meme, and it was pulling behind advertising flambars. I thought that was quite funny. Anyway, Joe, can you finally? It's been really fascinating. You love your stuff.
Thank you very much.
Can you read me a little bit from your book?
Of course, and I have a little bit here from one of my gods named the Twin Makers. The father of harmony and the mother of time, these 2 beings are the pinnacle of light and creation, alongside the making of the 3 realms, the physical, the spiritual, and the cognitive realms, and the magic of essence. Each play the roles of balance and stability in the universe.
Joe, you have been amazing. You were born to be a radio presenter.
Thank
It's
you.
been an absolute joy. I'm going to get one of your fellow students in,
Of course.
but we're going to play, to start off with, Living on a Prayer by
Mhm.
Bon Jovi.
Good song.
And Anne, one of the ESAs, chose this, I believe. So, Anne, this is for you. So here we go. We've evicted Pudge. There's a change from normal circumstances. We've evicted Pudge, and we've got Learn Your Way students in. Poor old Pudge. He's having a little lie down in a dark room because he's feeling rejected. And we've got Learn Your Way students in, and we've got Pete with us, who's an ESA, an Education Support Assistant, and we're calling it What are we calling it, Pete? Let's talk about. Yes, that's what we're calling it. I've just. Oh, hang on. I haven't pressed my buttons. There you go. Let's talk about. That's what we're
Let's
calling
talk
it.
about.
Sorry, I made a mistake there. So this time in. Oh, I just need to say, Joe chose a whole lot of songs. Open Up Your Heart, Night of the Wind, All of Me, loads of Iron Maiden songs, a Gorillaz song, Weird Al Yankovic, and some Daft Punk songs. And I think we're going to play one of the Daft Punk songs. But anyway, now we have Finn.
Good morning, Claire.
Hello, Finn. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
So how old are you, Finn?
I'm 21 years old on Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a Sunday coming.
And how long have you been at Learn Your Way?
So I've been at Learn Your Way now for nearly 2 years. Last year I was in the classroom just over there, funny enough.
Oh yeah, it used to be here, didn't it?
Yeah, it used to be right here, yeah, at
Yeah,
Chaos.
yeah.
And then down at the new classroom now,
Yeah,
which I really
it's
enjoy as well.
Nice, isn't it? So, Pete, I'm going to ask you a question first, just to let Finn settle. Tell us about what you're doing at Daubers Moors and Coos Bean with Chris.
Certainly, Claire. Yeah, we've made quite a few contacts locally, and one of the most useful ones, well, especially over the summer, I think, while the weather's decent, is Daubers Moor and also the Coos
Bean.
Coos Bean.
Yeah, all the little fairy
I think the
houses.
Cornish is Coos Bayan. I think it's VN
Oh.
small Coos. I don't know for certain. But yes, that's good. We've been down there. We've met one of the countryside rangers called Chris.
Very lovely.
Work we've been doing at Coos Bean has been, we're going to be possibly laying paths down, generally cleaning up pathways, any sort of maintenance
They
required
like to do it
there.
very green, don't they? They like to make pathways out
yeah.
of sticks and natural as possible,
Yeah,
don't they?
and Daubers is more like an open space. There's quite a few pathways for the
Yeah.
public to use. A nice variety of
Yeah.
flowers there.
Beautiful.
Marsh orchids are coming
I walk
through
my dogs
now.
there every morning.
Absolutely
It's lovely.
beautiful. And the work we've been doing with students on one very hot day was to trim back the surrounds of the paths.
Oh, okay.
No, not taken back too far, but just enough to make it look like somebody cared about them.
Yeah, nice.
Um,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
that
been-
sort of managed, unmanaged, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you haven't
makes it
too
look,
manicured.
don't want to look too, as
Yeah,
you say,
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
too manicured. But that's a lovely thing for our students to be involved in all through the summer.
Yeah, lovely. Do you do that, Finn?
No, I
No,
don't.
no, you're not doing that one.
Not
Right,
yet.
Finn. So, here's your first question. What can you tell me about a skill you've learned at Learn Your Way?
So a skill I've learnt is I've become very independent from the trains, considering at the beginning of the year I was having to get staff to come down and meet me at the station.
And now you get the train.
And now I just get from the train station to Learn Your Way on my own.
It was walking through town, wasn't it? That
Walking
you
through
didn't
town,
like.
I
You felt a
struggled
bit
with
nervous
before.
crossing the roads,
Yeah.
traffic. But now,
Do you find it scary now?
Not really, no.
So where do you get the train from?
So I get it from Redroof to Truro,
So that's
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays every week.
And do you find you like catching the train now?
I do like catching it, yeah.
Would you catch the train anywhere now, or you still just like doing that little
Still
journey?
at the minute, just like doing that little
Yeah.
bit of journey, but I'd like to go a bit further on.
further.
And at the minute, I'm also learning to buy my own tickets as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Pete, is that something in time that Learn Your Way would teach Finn to go further and further?
absolutely,
afield?
yes. Handling money, dealing with money, reading timetables. It's all part of the sort of scheme of work that we have for our students, life skills. And I know that Finn's already got some skills. You already have.
So I already have my own flat, a supported
Yeah.
accommodation in Redroof.
And is
Which
that
I've-
nice?
Yeah, and I've been there for about 2 years now.
Here's a question, Finn. Can you cook?
I'm quite good at doing a bacon and egg sandwich now.
That's all you need in life, Finn.
Yeah.
That's all you need in life is a bacon
That's
and egg
definitely
sandwich.
enough.
Finn, you'll go far in the world.
Yeah.
And how do you get around when you're not using public transport?
And when I'm not using public transport, I got a 50cc moped.
See?
Nice.
Seeing
Yeah.
him on the road, danger on the road.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, 50cc mopeds, my sons all had then when they're quite scary, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's other traffic that's scary, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well,
But the good thing, my granddad is teaching me to drive as well. So
Right.
yeah,
So if you could drive, you'd be almost totally independent, wouldn't
yeah,
you?
pretty much, yeah.
And what's the scariest thing about your moped?
It breaks down occasionally.
What's your favourite thing about your moped?
I love the freedom to be able to go out and
Yeah.
do what I want to do when I can, really.
And what is the fastest speed you could do on it?
Probably about 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a
Flat
bit
out.
slow on the big main roads going
Yeah.
uphill.
Yeah.
What colour is it?
It's a little black one.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I think I'd like a moped.
I
fed
often
up
thought
with
I
being-
missed out. I went straight from push bikes to cars. I often think I missed an important intermediate stage.
Yeah, I think mopeds you don't get stuck in traffic, do you? No.
Kind of overtake, really.
So, when did you take your CBT?
So I took my CBT in October 2019
Is that
And-
in Camborne?
in Penzance.
Oh, in Penzance.
And it'll end later on this year, about October time again.
So my eldest son is 28 and he's just in the process of doing his motorbike test.
Yeah.
And you have to do 2 tests for that and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Would you like to do big motorbikes?
Probably eventually, yeah.
I think they're scary. I think no mums want their sons to ride motorbikes or their daughters. And what is your flat like? Tell me about your flat. Tell me what you like about it. What does it look like?
So it looks like car radios in there, really. 'Cause that's one of my interests, really.
Are you a hoarder? You've got too many.
A little bit too many.
You like playing around with electronics, don't you?
Yeah, I love playing with
basically?
electronics and things like that, yeah.
So are you tidy or untidy?
I'm quite tidy, but sometimes I can be a little bit untidy, depending
But
on what I'm doing.
you like your tech.
Yeah, my technology and stuff.
And is it in the middle of Redruth? Is it nice and you can get everywhere?
Yes, it's like in the middle of Redruth, really near McCall's in near the fire station.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you hate about having your own place? For me, I hate cleaning, hoovering.
I suppose in some ways, occasionally, like the finance, the payments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the
it's
worrying
expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's expensive living on your. And what is the support like? Do you have like workers in the place?
They're very kind, polite support workers, yeah.
So if you had any problems, you could go
I'd
and
just
see
go
them.
and see them anytime, yeah.
Are they there all the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
lovely. That sounds lovely.
Yeah, 24-hour support, so it's nice.
So what are you going to do on your birthday, Finn?
Probably going to have a bit of family in the garden, hopefully.
Yeah? Barbecue?
Because we can't really sit indoors because
No.
the sort of times we're in at the minute.
Can I ask you a question, Finn, that isn't on the list? How have you found COVID and being kind of locked down and all that?
It's been a bit of a struggle at times, but I think I've got through the most of it. And
Well,
I'm
you
glad
seem-
to be back at Learn Your Way, really.
Yeah.
We managed to do remote learning quite well through all the
Yes.
lockdown period by various means, Zoom meetings and individual contact over FaceTime or
Yeah.
whatever sort of apps that the students had. We kept things rolling along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you miss seeing your classmates.
Friends
student
really,
mates.
yeah. Friends and staff, which is nice to be back with you guys now.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice to have you back.
Yeah, nice to be back on.
So, what have I got here that you chose, Finn, song-wise? What did you choose? I don't know what you chose. I'm having a look on my little list. Here we go, Finn. Oh, Calvin
by your
Harris.
side, Calvin Harris.
Oh, I don't think we've got that one. Don't think we're playing that one. But next time you come on, we'll upload the songs and we'll make sure.
Yeah,
you
that
have
sounds
it.
good,
Do
yeah.
you like Calvin Harris?
Yeah.
Good. Finn, it's been a joy talking to you.
Yeah, nice to
You've
speak
been
to you,
really
Claire.
good.
Yeah.
We are going to play, I can't believe I'm saying this, we are going to play Agadoo by Black Lace.
I shall make my apologies and leave.
Was that you? Was that you?
That was never me.
Who was that? Who chose Agadoo by Black Lace? Come on.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. We need
Toby.
Toby!
Point the finger of blame.
So we're going to play Agadoo next, but I also need to tell you that Cameron, he chose See You Again by Wiz Khalifa. We're not going to be able to play some of these songs, I'm afraid, because we won't have time, and we just didn't get around to uploading them all. Jack said Jack T, My Type by Saint Motel. I think we're going to play Jess's choice, and we've already played. Jack S, he chose I Ran So Far Away by Flock of Seagulls. Beth chose S Club Junior. Of course she did. Of course she did.
Talking about Cam, you did ask if we could put a plug in for something.
Go ahead.
Well, Cam is engaged in a beach ranger project. It's something that all of our students do. But Cam's been doing it the longest, and he's currently taking his gold award. And the very final of this, he has to arrange a sort of a public event. And what he's arranged on this Friday, the 11th of June, at Porthcurno Beach, I think it's from about 11 till it's late morning to mid-afternoon, a beach clean-up. So if anyone can get there to help Cam to achieve his gold medal, then please turn up at Porthcurno.
Anna's whispering something to us through the window. Porth Town.
Oh, it's Porth. What I say? The wrong Porth.
Yeah, Porth Town.
No, the beach is indeed Porth Town.
So get down there and.
If it had been written here, I might have had a better chance.
Yeah, it's Anna's fault. Let's blame Anna. Finn, we're going to play 2 songs and then we're going to get Toby in.
That sounds good
It's
with me,
been
yeah.
a joy to.
It's been lovely to be here, yeah.
Yep. So we're going to play Toby's song, Black Lace, Agadoo, and we're going to play one more time by Daft Punk, which I believe was Joe's choice. Finn, thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Come on
Claire.
again.
Yeah, see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye now.
I have got the final student with us today, which is Toby. Hello, Toby. How you doing?
Hello.
And Toby, how long have you been on Learn Your Way?
since September.
And do you enjoy it?
Yeah, that song was picked by some.
Yeah, that was picked by, I can't remember now. I think it might have been picked by, Toby wants everyone to know that he did not pick Agadoo. And made him write that down. So have we gone through everyone? Joe, Cam, Jack T, Jess chose Shut Up and Dance, Anne, Jack S, Beth, Toby, Finn, Jack R, Olivia, Peter, he's with us, Emma and Jack T. Hello to everyone. I hope you're enjoying the show and hopefully we'll get you on sometime. So Toby, tell me about the stuff you enjoy.
I like watching TV. I watch a lot of news and a lot of soaps like Corrie and Emmerdale. I watch game shows like The Chase. I also watch Tipping Point, which I've applied to be on.
So tell me about Tipping Point.
You have to answer questions and put tokens in a machine. If you get the correct answers, you put the tokens in the top. Then you push other tokens out. Each token is worth £50, and you win all the tokens that are pushed out of the machine. There are 4 contestants and 4 rounds. A contestant goes out each round until only one is left in the final round, and if they win, they get 10 grand.
Do you know what, Toby? I don't know if you've ever been to an amusement arcade, but it's like those 2p machines, isn't it? It's the same theory as that. Have you ever been on one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't win much, do you? Because it's only like 2p's. So have you applied to go on it?
Yeah. I applied a few weeks ago, still waiting to hear back.
Fingers crossed on that one. I'm sure you say you can answer all the questions.
Amazing. Yeah, are you good at the questions?
Yeah, I get most of them correct.
See, I don't. I genuinely don't. And why do you think you could win?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you think that sometimes the questions are harder one week? Do you know what I mean? Do you think you'll get lucky and get good questions?
Yeah.
Because some quizzes, not just Tipping Point, sometimes I can answer them, and some weeks I just don't even know one of them. No. So, what do you listen to on the radio? What's your favourite thing?
I like a mixture of music, and so like Blackstone, and I listen to a lot of speech, like 5 Live and
5 Live. Yeah, they talk.
You like political discussion, don't you?
Yeah.
And political documentaries. You quite got your finger on the pulse of modern politics, I believe.
What do you think of G7 being in Cornwall? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Or not sure?
Not sure.
I'm not sure. I think it's a very small place to have such a big thing going on. But it is. What have you got a favourite presenter apart from me, obviously?
No.
No one you like particularly more than anyone else.
No.
And what do you like to what radio stations what are they like? You know, what is One Extra like?
Black music, like
young people.
Yeah, sort of. And like sort of Asian stations.
Oh yeah, you can get BBC Asian Network and stuff like that, can't you?
Yeah.
Hear different music. Yeah.
So you like world music? You like different, not sort of traditional English music, but right around the world, which is good. It's nice to have that broad interest.
Like any sort of music?
No.
Is there any type of music you really hate?
Say country and western.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm not very keen on opera.
I like some opera.
Have you got anything you don't like, Toby?
Sort of classical music.
Yeah, I'm not keen. I'm with you on that one, Toby. I'm with you on that one. So the other thing I know you're really keen on is pets.
Yeah.
So what pets have you got?
I've got 2 dogs and a guinea pig.
So tell me about your dogs.
Sizzle and Sweet.
What are their names?
Sizzle and Sweet.
Sizzle and Sweet.
Yeah, and I have a guinea pig called Ted.
Ted, the guinea pig. Did you choose those names?
I think no, but
you like them?
Yeah. Ted was already called Ted.
Yeah. Yeah. What colour is Ted?
Sort of mix.
Yeah. And what sort of dogs have you got? I've got Jack Russells.
Got a sausage dog.
I love sausage dogs. I love sausage dogs. Are they well behaved?
Yeah.
Are they yours or the family's?
Families.
Yeah. What is your favourite thing you like cook? Because I gather you like to cook and you like to eat.
I like eating, cooking cake, and I like drinking Coke.
Coke and cake.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
my kind of man, Toby.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
my kind of man.
What do you go out and hunt for at lunchtime in
Chips.
town? Chips.
Yeah.
Chips. Now, here's a question. Controversial. Do you like cheesy chips? What?
No.
Do you like pasties?
No.
No.
Joe is a chips connoisseur. Any sort of chips you can get near the centre of Truro, he's tried them and he can rate them. Is that right, Joe?
Okay.
Yeah.
So who would you say does the best
I
chips in
them
Truro?
all. I like them.
Huh?
I like quite a lot of
You
But
like
if
them
you
all?
had to choose one, have you got a favourite chips in Truro?
one by M&S. I guess.
Yes. Yes.
I'll go in there. We'll be going there in about an hour, perhaps, or less.
So you learn your way. You go and get your own lunch at lunchtimes and have
Yeah,
what you want, stuff like
sometimes,
that. You don't have to
yeah.
have boring packed lunches if you don't want.
Correct.
Would you like to? Would you like to be involved in the radio sort of more?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
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 What would you like to? Would you like to do this again, or the more technical behind the
Bit of both.
bit of both?
Yeah.
Well, we never know. When
Yeah,
COVID is over,
yeah.
we might be able to do that. You
Yeah.
just don't know,
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think? So I was going to ask Pete. There was a couple of questions I wanted to ask Pete. What? Tell us what that beach ranger you were saying about, because Cam's doing it.
Yeah.
So do all of the students do it?
They've all enrolled on it, and before the COVID hit, they'd all gained their bronze award. They're now all currently working for their silver award. The award is given by, for example, doing certain amounts of keep fit, iFit as they call it. We have life hacks, which is learning new skills.
Oh, so it's not just sort of.
No, it's not
Beach
just turning
stuff,
up at a
beach-
beach and
yeah.
looking under pebbles.
No, it's not that.
It's a whole skills for life, skills that will be used for employment, and there's some beach cleaning as well. And as recognition, perhaps we might look at the seal sanctuary, what they do. You know, might even have a visit out there sometime.
Do you like it, Toby?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I like going out a lot. And,
We like getting out of the classroom.
Yeah.
Do you?
yeah.
Do you like? You've got a nice classroom, haven't you? I'll tell you what I'm trying to do, Toby. While I'm talking to you, I'm trying to look at a S Club 7 song for Beth. What do you think of that? Should we put one on for her? Yeah, let's put it back on for her. Well, Toby, it's been an absolute joy
Thank
speaking to
you.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming in,
Yeah.
and I hope you come in again. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pete, as
That's
well.
been an experience. Thank
We're
you.
going to hand back to Pudge after these next two songs. So we're going to play some S Club and we're going to finish with Anne-Marie. Hand back to Pudge after the hour. Thank you very much, Learn Your Way. You've been absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Claire, for
Thank you,
hosting
Toby.
this programme.
And thank you to all the others. Joe, Cam, Jack T, Jess, Anne, Jax S, Beth, Toby, Finn, Jack R, lots of Jacks, Olivia, Peter, Emma and Jack
Who have all
T.
played their parts.
Thank you so much. Come again.